of our Merry Craftmas series. My crafty BFF, Robyn Pitts of Sir Chauncey Rocco Creative Designs, and I are collaborating once again. We are so excited to bring you a lot of fun Christmas projects. We will be releasing videos on the weekends throughout the rest of November and part of December. So you want to make sure you are subscribed to both of our channels and turn on your notification bell so you are notified when we each release a video. And of course, we will be doing several giveaways. To be eligible for our prizes, you need to be a visible subscriber to both of our channels, and I have a video linked in the description box to show you how to verify your subscriptions. I always advise everyone to watch the video and check your settings, because sometimes you will not realize you are no longer subscribed to someone. I've had it happen to me as well. And you also need to be 18 years or older and leave a comment daily on each of our videos. If you are an international subscriber, you will receive an online cash payment in lieu of a physical prize. And today, as you can see here, I have created 2 Sleigh Memory Decks cards using Cartabella's paper collection, Home for Christmas. It's a beautiful paper collection. And I also used Prima's Christmas Sparkle paper collection, and I loved working with the pastels for Christmas as well as the more traditional colors. And I did receive both of the paper collections in a design team package from ASC Craft Supplies, and I will link both of their websites in the description box. And if you make a purchase, remember to use my coupon code Michelle10 for 10% off any regular price purchases. And when I was creating the sleighs here, I was trying to remember who I had saw create these first, and I'm wanting to say it was Craftpurge. So I'm going to link her channel in the description box below, because I do believe that is who inspired me to create these. And I'll just slide this one over. We'll talk about this one with the more traditional colors. Used some of the matte gold foil paper from Michael's, and I did cut out a few stars just to tuck in behind there. And I've had this ribbon in my stash forever, so I just made a little bow to go there. And the flowers are from Hobby Lobby, and this is a chipboard piece from the collection. And I love this matted gold foil. I just think it adds so much sparkle and detail to it. I loved this floral paper, which it kind of got covered up, but when we turn it over, you can see some more of it. And I did use a pop dot here on the flowers as well as the chipboard pieces. And then in the sleigh, I tucked in several different pieces of greenery that I've had in my stash for a long time, and a snowflake as well. Little berries, I tucked a few of those in, and then I added a candy cane as well. And we'll turn it over so you can see the back, and you can see the greenery a little bit better there where it's not being blocked by the snowflakes and decorations. And this is that gorgeous paper with the leaves and the poinsettias. It's just so pretty. And you can see the runner here once again, and then here's our memory deck space. I just love the sparkle that the greenery has, as well as the snowflake. It's just so pretty. And for my second sleigh here, I have, the more pastel and the muted soft tone greenery, and the little pearls here were from the paper collection. And then I have a silver snowflake tucked down in, and another candy cane. I just love those. And then I love this silver. It almost looks just like an icy stick is what it reminds me of, that you can see back here. And I added some in the flowers as well. I used some of the puffy stickers from the paper collection, and this one says Christmas chimes. And then I have one of the little peppermint candies, and I have used a couple flowers from the paper collection. I forgot to mention that little puffy heart on the center of my bow. And then I used this really pretty silver paper for the runners and the trim on the sleigh. But it's just a beautiful paper collection with beautiful pastels. And I love this really pretty blue with the polka dots. I think it is so pretty. And there you can see the sparkle in that icy crystal twigs beautiful shimmer and has such a wonderful texture to it. And here's the back of the greenery and the back of the sleigh. You can see the beautiful poinsettias there with the beautiful rose. It's just so pretty, the paper collection. Of course, it's designed by Frank Garcia, and he always does a fabulous job. I always just like to show the back. Stay tuned for a short tutorial. Sleigh memory dex card, we will be using this Lori Whitlock file, and I did purchase mine through the Silhouette Design Store, and it is the 3D sleigh with tree. So I just wanted to show you what it's supposed to look like, and we're going to turn it into a memory dex card. And the first thing we want to do is I have imported the file into Silhouette software, and I want to go ahead and click on it, and as you can see, everything is still grouped together, and we want to change the size of it. So I'm going to turn the lock on, and we want to make the width 7.501, and then it changes our height that we need it to 11.838. So that is sized perfectly, and I am going to ungroup this. I did not use the trees, but you can if you want to. I like using the beautiful greenery that's available for Christmas, and I didn't use this box because it was just a little bit too wide, so I'm just using these pieces here. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these. Of course, you could use that box if you wanted to. And I'm going to go ahead and slide these over here to the side. And I'm going to bring in my memory dex card and line it up here along the bottom. And I am going to zoom in so I can see a little bit better. And these little grid marks, each little space is 1/4 inch. So I want to go probably just a little bit under the, like what would be 3/4 inch. And in Silhouette, they have what's called the knife tool. So I'm going to go right about here, and you just drag it across, and I'm just going to line it up and click down, and it will cut that in half. In Cricut, you will use the slice tool to cut your memory dex down to height. So I don't need the top portion. I'm going to go ahead and remove it, and let's back up here so we can see our mat. And the first thing I want to do is I want to slide those pieces over. I'm going to duplicate this yellow piece, and we are going to attach that to our memory dex card. And I'll zoom back in here again just so you can see better. And I'm just going to slide it over, or rather I'm going to slide it down to how much I want to be attached to my memory dex space. And I'm going to highlight both of those, and I'm just going to center this left to right. And now I'm going to select weld, and this would be the same in Cricut. So now we have our memory dex piece. We'll need 2 to 3 of these depending on how thick your paper is. I used 3 because my paper was not 110 pounds. So I'm just going to duplicate this 3 times, and this will be from the cardstock. And then I'm going to take this sleigh. This is the front, and I'm going to duplicate it 3 times as well. So those are our cardstock pieces. And you will want to duplicate this piece as well. Duplicated each of those twice, and you will want to take the ones that are in the opposite direction, like these two, and use this paper for the inside, and then use decorative paper for the outside. And then another thing I did for my sleigh, I didn't use this piece, which it's really pretty. I wanted to use my decorative paper. So in Silhouette, I'm used the knife tool, and I'm going to highlight again. And I just went along through here and used the knife tool. And in Cricut, you would just use your slice. And then this gave me the option to have my sleigh runners be a different piece of the sleigh. We'll need to duplicate that, and then I'm going to highlight both of them and duplicate them again. And this time I'm going to flip horizontally. That way I will get runners for each side. I used the slice tool and went along the bottom of this decorative piece and use that on the edge of my sleigh along this top portion here. The first thing I want to share is the piece that I've used to make the box on the inside of the sleigh. I wanted it a little bit more narrow than what it reduced down to in the cut file. So this measures 3 1/8 inch by 4 7/8 inches. And I have just scored it at 1 1/4 inch on all 4 sides. So you would just put it in your scoreboard, go over to 1 1/4, score, rotate 1 1/4, rotate 1 1/4, rotate 1 1/4, and I will have the measurements written in the description box below. So always check that because those will be the correct ones in case I make a boo-boo. Have our box, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut on this side here, like so. I'm just cutting on the score line up to where the score lines intersect, like so. And then I am going to go ahead and just take off a little bit of this since we don't need all of it. And I'm just eyeballing it. And you don't have to trim it down if you don't want to, but I just think it's a little bit easier to work with myself. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to ever so slightly miter the little tabs that we have created here. Just a little bit. Whoops. Like so. And it just gives it, I think, a little neater appearance. And I'm just going to burnish these. And now I'm going to take these pieces and I'm going to glue on the sides here. And when we close it up, we'll glue on the outside so we can go ahead and glue our inside pieces. And I have 2 pieces that are the sides. I'm going to call these the sides of the box. And they measure 1 1/8 by 2 1/8 inches. And I'm going to glue these. Now remember to have one upside down if you have directional. So when we fold it up, it will be right side up. And I'm going to put I'm going to call these the ends of the box. And they measure 5/8 inches by 1 1/8. So those will go there. And this bottom piece is 5/8 inches wide by 2 1/8 inches long. And it will go here, like so. And then I have these pieces that will go on the outside ends, and they're the same as the inside here, and they are 5/8 inches by 1 1/8. I'm just going to go ahead and glue all of these pieces to my box. And now I'm going to flip it over, and we'll put our end pieces here on the outside. And I am just centering them between the score lines. I'm going to put some glue on our tabs. And just going to, fold these up and glue them on the outside, and make sure that you have the top corners lined up. So you may have to lift a little bit on one side or the other to line those up. Okay, give it a good burnish, and we'll do the same thing to the other side. And now we have, these will be glued to the sleigh pieces, so we don't need to cover those with decorative paper. And I forgot to cut a piece for the bottom of the box, and this is 5/8 inches by 2 1/8. We're just going to glue it to the bottom of the box. And you can do that before you put your box together. It'll be a little bit easier. So now I'm going to set this to the side, and we will bring in our sleigh pieces to have 2 pieces that are going the opposite way for the front and the inside of the sleigh. And then I did create a piece to go here and here on the outside. And these are my inside pieces, so I didn't put any of the decorative trim on the inside. So I have those. And then I have 3 cut out of the cardstock because I want it to be really sturdy. And I have 3 of the cardstock cut out with our memory decks base. And then I have the trim that goes down here on the bottom for our memory decks. And then we have the runners that'll go on the outside and inside. So you have 2, and they're just the mirror image. So a total of 4 of these. So you'll have those, and they'll go on the inside and outside. And it'll make a little more sense when I'm putting them together. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue these gold pieces onto the outside decorative paper that I've chosen for my sleigh. Just be careful with your gold. If you do get glue on the gold portion, just take a baby wipe and gently wipe it off. That usually works. I always end up with glue on my fingers. For some reason, I'm a messy crafter. I'll set those to the side for now. I'm going to bring in my front pieces of the sleigh. And as I mentioned earlier, I do have 3 of these, and I'm just going to glue those together. To take the runner portion of my sled, I'm just going to go ahead and put some glue on it and lay it over top. Flip it over, and now we have this runner. It'll go that way. I'm going to glue this piece here, and I'm going to glue that down, and then I'll flip it over and I'll glue the inside decorative. There's the front part. Now we will bring in the back part of the sleigh, and it's just going to be the same thing. I'm going to glue these 3 pieces together. This will be the inside. I'm going to glue that on, flip it over, and glue this for the back of the sleigh, and attach my runners, and I will attach the decorative piece for the memory decks card. So I'm just going to glue all that together since it's the same as the front. Our pieces glued together. Now I'm just going to bring the box in and put glue on one side to center it along the bottom, and I'm actually centering it kind of with the very beginning of the runner here and here where it goes up, just centering it start of that front runner right there. I've got it lined up, and then it ends kind of in the middle of the back piece. So now when I glue it, put glue on this piece, I'll know where to line it up. Up along the bottom of the box, along the bottom of the sleigh, and along with that very front runner. Just bring that down a little bit and scoot this forward, making sure it looks fairly even. Lined up along the bottom, that looks really good. So we're in my bone folder on the inside of the box. There we have our 3D Sleigh Memory Decks card. Thanks for watching the tutorial. If you create a Sleigh MDC following my tutorial, I would love to see what you create. So make sure to send me a picture or tag me on your post. And don't forget to visit Robyn's channel. I will have it linked in the description box below. Thanks for stopping by for day 1 of our Merry Craftmas series. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.